SummerCon. It is April 21st, and I turned 16 today. I'm pretty sure this is meant to be one of the biggest birthdays of my life. So, during spring break, while I began thinking about what it would be like, what cake I'd be eating, who I'd be partying with, where I'd be, something else made my mind do a double take. Something less related to what I'd be writing on my Evite, but more related to my thoughts, what I learned about myself, and my experiences. To save us some time, I'm not going to walk you through that whole thought process, so here's the main idea. Schools teach us how to succeed academically, but they don't teach us about ourselves. More specifically, they don't teach us how to love ourselves. And I realized this when thinking about one of my closest friends who's now moved away. Let's call her Stacy. We met in 6th grade. She wasn't obese. She wasn't abnormally skinny. She wasn't even chubby. She was what society calls normal and met the requirements for a 12-year-old girl's overall health. In 6th grade, she started to compare herself to other girls in our grade and online. She started to openly call herself fat. In 7th grade, she stopped taking pictures with us. She wore headphones to avoid conversation and wore baggy clothes to conceal every single possible outline of her body. I still remember that shriveled up sweater she wore to cover up her wrists. Suddenly, Stacy became vegetarian. My friends and I supported her decision, of course. But vegetarian slowly faded into vegan, and vegan was Stacy's excuse for nothing. My friends and I saw what she was eating, and at the rate she was exercising every day, she wasn't receiving the proper nutrition a growing girl needs. My friends and I didn't know what to do. We always asked her about it, but she cut us off, dismissed it, or changed the subject. So we did what we thought was reasonable. Someone in our group told their mom, and their mom told Stacy's. And you would think that by telling the girl's mom, the issue would be solved, but it wasn't. After the summer of 7th grade, she came back with the smallest waist I had ever seen and ribs that poked out of her skin. She looked unhealthy. Her cheeks sunk in so much it scared me. Other people were noticing too. During the musical, she was cast with the role of an obese girl, and that didn't help the situation either. She clearly started to think that she was too big and had to slim down so people couldn't see her anymore. She distanced herself from us. It was harder to hang out with her because her attitude towards everything became so dark and so negative. Stacy had so much love for her family, for her friends, for her idols, for her school, but she didn't have any love for herself. Stacy moved last summer and is currently at a public school in the States. I haven't heard from her since the move, but I truly hope that her school is giving her the attention she deserves, the attention many girls around the world just like Stacy deserve. It is Stacy's story that has put me up on stage today. Now, I'm not going to be that little girl in the room who raises her hand and states that schools should completely reform their education systems and alter their curriculums. I'm here to simply speak about 2 skills that I believe are crucial for girls growing up. Having a healthy mindset and having self-respect are skills that I believe we have lost over the few years. Maybe this is due to social media's control forces, or the fact that nobody wants to talk about these skills anymore. Having the right mindset is crucial. This comes from what our parents and siblings say to us when we're young. Luckily, believe in yourself is a phrase being more commonly used, and this is good, because it encourages women around the world to become more confident in what they want to achieve when they're older. Sadly, as women get older, if they still don't have this positive foundation laid out for them, it may be harder for them to want to excel at math and science, economics, literature, literally anything, because it might sound like a man's job. Because people in this day and age still say things like, wow, Jane is a great engineer, or a girl. Parents and teachers should be pushing girls towards education for their own self-benefit and for their passions, not because they are measuring up for a so-called man's job. Having a healthy mindset doesn't only mean in believing yourself, but it also means loving yourself. Many women around the world today have trouble with loving the way they look. At a young age, we are exposed to Barbie-like body types that are nearly impossible to achieve without starvation or surgery. The National Eating Disorders Association claims that 42% of 1st to 3rd grade girls are afraid of becoming fat, and 81% of 10-year-old girls are afraid want to lose weight. This is abnormal. Girls shouldn't be thinking about changing their body types when they aren't fully developed yet. We are being bombarded with images of what we're supposed to look like at such a young age too. Luckily, I was taught by my parents in school not to believe in everything I see on the screens, as many advertisements are photoshopped and false. I also learned that people have different genetics, that bodies work differently when it comes to losing weight, and that there are healthier ways of becoming fit. While witnessing girls obsess over their appearance, the amount of friends they have, whether they have a boyfriend, whether they get invited to parties, I realized that the girls who worry the most are the girls who can't find happiness within themselves. They need to be educated on self-worth, because with that comes self-respect. If a girl has self-respect, she is happy. If a girl lacks self-respect, she is more likely to receive and take emotional abuse. Girls who don't love or care for themselves will often seek approval from others, despite how they treat them, just for that self-satisfaction. At ASD, our health program offers a variety of courses, and one regarding abusive relationships. The course starts in 9th grade, which is the most crucial time to learn about them, as high school is never easy, and I can say that as a freshman. I found the course extremely beneficial, as it educated me on how to identify what an abusive relationship is, how to get out of one, and most importantly, how to prevent from falling one into the first place, and how to help a friend if they fall into one too. We learned about self-defense and how to stand up for ourselves, and these skills help in gaining self-respect. So to summarize this course, this is what I learned overall. Healthy relationships are built on self-respect. If someone doesn't value your time, your opinion, and your boundaries, then they don't respect you. How you care for yourself is a reflection of how you respect yourself. And the way people treat you is not a reflection of your value. When parents and family members are unable to help girls develop these two skills, having a positive mindset and gaining self-respect, schools need to. When schools can't, friends need to fill in the gaps, because girls need to find out that they cannot be measured by the length of their skirt hemlines, but by their strong minds, self-confidence, pure hearts, and unlimited potential. Thank you.